Ladies and gentlemen, you know I had to speak on this, and you know what the subject is. We're talking again, about Microsoft and their forcefully putting advertisements in their own operating system, namely Windows 11 again. So, of course, last week the incident happened where an eagle-eyed Microsoft insider was running a beta of an upcoming Windows 11 version. And they opened up their file explorer and they found advertisements. Yes, Microsoft was putting advertisements in the core operating system applications of Windows. Of course, when they were caught with their hands in the cookie jar, what did they say? Well, they said it was just a test, and it was also just internal. Two complete lies. Well, maybe they were testing the waters to see if anybody would notice or how pissed off people would get. And if it was internal, well, you guys advertise to internal Microsoft employees? Both of these lying stories are not adding up. But anyway, once the backlash came, they removed it quietly and they stepped away for now. And again, we know this is just Microsoft being Microsoft. This is not the first time. This is not the first time that I've gotten incensed about it. Of course, as a quick history lesson, we have the Windows 10 news and interest that happened last year, which was a broken weather widget. And when you put your mouse over the broken weather widget, surprise, advertisements. Then with the release of Windows 11 came the widgets, which was basically another name for using half of your screen as an advertisement billboard, which is garbage. Now we have ads in the file explorer. And that's not even going into what they do in Microsoft Edge, the browser. We know last year they started putting predatory loans popping up on your screen whenever you try to buy something. In fact, just yesterday, I got a pop-up in Microsoft Edge asking me to turn the homepage ads back on because I turned them off. Yes, these pop-ups are coming not from third parties, not from viruses, but from Microsoft themselves. And I'll do anything to get away from pop-up advertisements, including, in the browser, I use ad blockers. But what kind of ad blocker can you have for the actual operating system itself? Well, that's the subject for this video. The advertising in Microsoft is again turning me into that guy. And you know what I'm talking about. I'm talking about a desktop Linux guy. Now, of course, regular users, I don't know what they're going to do. And I'm definitely not going to evangelize switching to Linux because this is not the year of desktop Linux, and it never will be. I'm sorry to say that. It just is what it is. But the point that I'm coming to, and this is a evaluation that I've made on my personal situation when it comes to computing and what I use and what I daily drive. The reason why most people are turned off by desktop Linux is because you have to make configuration changes or go into the terminal or go deep into settings and do technical things in order to make it work the way that it should. And supposedly Windows doesn't make you do that. Well, my point is that's not true anymore. Because to turn these advertisements off, you'll see all of these Microsoft fanboys online saying, oh, well, all you have to do is run this command in PowerShell to stop the advertisements. Or all you have to do is Microsoft made a new GPO. You have to change the GPO on your network. Or all you have to do is go into the registry and mess around with some registry keys. All technical things that your average user and many IT people, including myself, should not have to do just to make something work. So in my experience, in my opinion, Microsoft Windows and a Linux distribution, it takes just as much work, if not more work now on Windows just to make it work without advertisements. And then of course you have distributions that are for beginners, such as Linux Mint and Zorin. Those are the two that I'm using right now, that I'm daily driving, that I probably will replace Windows with on my workstations, any new workstation that I get in the near future, because Microsoft won't knock off these advertisements. You can say whatever you want about Linux, but one thing that I can say about Linux is that I don't get advertisements just for turning on my computer. And no, I don't use Arch, by the way, and I don't even use the terminal unless I absolutely have to. But I just want to use my computer without constant advertisements popping up from the operating system itself just because I turned my computer on. Does that make me an enthusiast? Does it make me a power user? I don't know. But either way, Microsoft has gone too far for me, and you guys can have it. I'm not going to evangelize or tell you what you should use, but I am done. At least till I change my mind. But anyway, I'm daily driving Linux now. And before I go, I just want to put another plug in for my subreddit. It's private because I don't want weirdos in there, but just make a request and I'll let you in. I'm going to keep plugging it. We need more members, and you can talk to me and chat with me anytime you want. Anyway, it's me, your regular angry IT guy.